This is the plaintiff, Jaquan Thompson. He says he and the defendant have been friends for over 10 years, and he never thought he'd have to take him to court over a loan. That's right. He helped the guy out for 2 years, giving him money for baby food, diapers, or anything else he needed. Turns out that guy's a user who owes him $3,000, and he's suing the defendant for just that today. This is the defendant, Dwan Scott Crowley. He says the plaintiff gave him a large amount of marijuana to sell, and he was unable to unload it for the guy. So he and the plaintiff and their friends smoked it. A few months later, the plaintiff shows up demanding payment for the marijuana. He told him he didn't owe him anything for it because they all had a good time with it, and they ended up fighting about it. This whole story about a $3,000 loan's a lie. He owes the plaintiff nothing and is sure the judge will agree. He's accused of causing a friendship to go up in smoke.
All parties, please do your writing. Seated, come forward, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Okay, Jaquan Thompson, you are suing, how do I pronounce your name? Dwan Scott Crowley?
Crowley.
Crowley.
Yes. For
$3 grand for money you say you loaned him and he hasn't repaid. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so pretty much over the course of 2 years, I lent him money, you know, just help him out. I was just being a good friend, you know, just watching out for him whenever he asked. I always pretty much did it. And then over time, it was always excuses. So I just got tired of it. I was just like, I didn't threaten him. I was like, I'm like, bro, can you just pay me some money? I'm like, it don't have to be a lot, 20, 30, 40 hours a week, don't matter. And then pretty much he just blocked me on everything when I tried to contact him to ask him about it.
Did he ever pay you any of the money back?
He paid me a little bit here and there.
So how much did he pay you back?
He owed me over $3,000, but I subtracted it from that. So really, I'm losing.
It has nothing to do with the statutory maximum of $3,000?
No, it's higher than that, but I just made a set at
So,
$3,000.
no, but tell me factually, how much did you loan him?
It was around like maybe $3,800.
$3,800. Did you ever keep track of how much you were loaning? Because according to you, you didn't loan it to him all at once, right?
I didn't.
All right, so the first time you loaned him money was what day?
The day was 2 years ago. I'm not sure of the month. It was so many different times.
So how are you able to keep track of it?
Because I had it on my phone.
Well, where is it? Let me see your phone.
I don't have that. Well, I have my phone, but I don't have the records anymore.
So how am I going to know that your memory is accurate about something that happened? Well, it was 2 years ago. How am I going to know that?
Yeah, just over time, I just got tired of it, and I just deleted it.
Okay, well, that's fine, but you understand what I'm asking you, right?
I understand.
Do you have any texts back and forth that would corroborate that you had loaned him money and that how much he was paying you back and all that stuff?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what have you got?
Text messages and Facebook messages.
Okay, let's see it. All right, and according to you, when's the next time you loan him money? Because we got to get to $3 grand. So how many different times do you loan him money?
Honestly, it was like 70 different times.
How many?
About 70 different times, maybe.
Did you say 70 or
yes,
7?
70, 70.
70 times, because I don't know anybody who loans money 70 times.
I'm the type
So what, right.
Okay, sorry.
Right. And so why would you loan somebody money 70 times who's not paying you back?
Because he always, like, if I loan him money, he'll pay a little bit to pay it off. After he pays it off, then he gets another large sum of money.
Well, that's all the more reason why you should be keeping good records of what he'd pay. How are you ever going to be expected to remember that?
True. Yes, and so we was friends for so long. Like, he always paid me back, so I never thought of anything.
And what were you loaning him money for?
He'll tell me it's for his daughter, or he owes somebody money and stuff here and there, just a lot.
Let's hear your defense. What have you got to say about that?
He never gave me any cash, period. And actually, it wasn't over 2 years. It was last year, and that's when he started giving me the marijuana. It wasn't
marijuana.
Yes.
Okay. How much marijuana did he give you?
At first, he gave me about 2 ounces, and then from there.
What were you supposed to do with it?
I was gonna sell it.
And why did he think you could sell marijuana? Is that your specialty?
No, it's not, because the area I was living in, and it's a bad neighborhood, and he believed that I could get my clientele up.
And so, did you sell the marijuana?
No, I didn't sell any of it. We ended up smoking.
What'd you do with the marijuana?
We all smoked it.
Who's we all?
Me, him, including several of our friends.
Okay, and then when you say at first he got you 2 ounces, how much else did he send your way?
He ended up bringing me,
Total, how much marijuana did he give you?
At least, you know, $3,000 worth.
Oh, okay. And what did you do with $3,000 worth of marijuana?
Like I said, we either smoked it all, and, you know, that was about it. Because
How long have you two known each other?
Since 7th grade.
And how old are you now?
I'm 23.
And how old are you?
23.
Okay. And so do you have any witnesses?
I mean, I got a statement from somebody that he worked with and someone I know that, you know, can let you know everything that I just told you.
Let me see it. Let me see it. So, are these Facebook posts?
Yes.
I guess you are using this to acknowledge that he acknowledges that he owes you money. The thing is, he's saying what he owes you money for is because he smoked all your marijuana and didn't sell it. How much do I owe you again, bro? I know it's over $2,000. And he answers, for sure. But IK, what does it say? LK?
I know.
I know, bro. Just checking, making sure we was good or not, but yeah. Is this after or before some big fight happens between you guys?
This was after.
Okay, so at some point there's some smack talking going back and forth, and then what do? You show up at the house they invited you to show up at and, quote, speak with your hands. So you go to the house because you think you're going to collect money. And what happens at the house? Everybody gets into a big physical fight.
First, he was sitting outside with his family, and they're the type of people, I'm pretty sure they like to jump people. So I had my sister and, you know, my friends with me.
We're ready for a rumble. Go ahead.
I really wasn't there to fight. And
no, that's why you had your sister and your friends, because you know that they're fighters. Okay, go on. And then what happens?
So we were just looking at each other from across the street, and then we was just talking at first, and then I just made him, like, I didn't make a move, like, I was just like this, and then he put up his hands, so I put up my hands, because
the two of you?
Yeah, I was getting in self-defense mode, because I thought.
And then what happened? Did somebody strike somebody?
Yeah, we ended up fighting for
who hit who first?
30 seconds. I don't even know.
Okay,
honestly.
And then you make up after that?
Yeah, we
because you've known each other since 7th grade?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Idiots. Pair of idiots. I ain't got nothing yet, you answer. Got another job yet, man, but I ain't forgot about you. I'm sorry, let me read through this. On his answer on December 16th, when you ask how much do I owe you again, bro, is, for sure, I know, bro, just checking, making sure we was good or not, but yeah, it's a total of $3K. A little over, but I'm not worried about it. But this just what happens when you let debts build up over the course of 2 years. I should have stopped you when it got too high, but I was just trying to be a good friend, helping in
the time of need.
The time of need. And then you get lost for Christmas, and it's now almost New Year's, and he says, what's up, bro? We still good for today? Obviously, you must have talked at some point there. I ain't get nothing yet. Didn't get another job yet, man, but I ain't forgot. How come when he says that little gem about you let your debts build up, doesn't that sound like he was loaning you money and it wasn't for marijuana?
No. Because he never loaned me any cash, period.
Okay. I'm going to knock this out when tax time comes. I will have your money. Okay. Now, he claims that he writes you and says, for sure, but I know, bro, just checking, making sure we was good or not. But, yeah, it's a total of 3 or 2 years. I should have stopped you when it got too high. This is the rest of that, supposedly. Do you have it in your phone?
Yes, I do.
Let me see it in your phone. Okay. I should have stopped you when I got there, but I was trying to be a good friend, helping in time of need. You know me, always helping someone before myself. Plus, I trust you were going to pay me back. We've known each other way too long for it to end over money. But overall, here's the breakdown, bro. The first loan was $1,500 for your rent for a couple months because you got fired. The second loan was $500. What happened to 70 times? For Kiki, you said your job let you go again, and you didn't have money for diapers or nothing. And the last loan, you said you owe someone over $1,000. You was going to be in trouble if you didn't pay it off. Knowing me, I did, because you my bro. Okay, how come when I ask you about how the loans happen, you don't say what's in here? How come you say, oh, it's 70 different times?
Okay, because over the course of 2 years, it was always the same excuse.
This is 3 times. This is not 70 times.
Yeah,
this is a very specific account of how we get to $3,000. When you did you get this? Do you remember getting this? And I can't hear you.
What is that again?
Do you have a phone?
Yes, I have a phone.
Does your phone have your text with him from December of 2017?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, because I deleted the conversation thread.
Okay.
So, no, I don't have that text message anymore.
Can I?
But I do remember that conversation.
No, not right now. Hold on. Is this a screenshot?
Yes.
No, I want to see it in the phone.
I don't have the message. I screenshot that months ago.
Yeah, but you didn't screenshot the rest of the message that you would type on. You could type this on a piece of paper where you're talking about how the loan happened. I want to hit view all, and guess what happens? Nothing, because it's a screenshot. That's why I want to see them. So you don't have them on this phone anymore?
No.
Okay, I gotcha. And so now, please explain to me why under oath, literally 3 minutes ago, you told me that you get to the $3,000 by combining the 70 different times you loaned him money, and in what you purport to be the rest of the text that I can't view, it's like this: $1,500 for rent, $500 for is it Kiki or KK?
KK, actually.
KK, that's your baby?
Yes.
And $1,000 because somebody was going to beat you up if you didn't, because, you know, whatever. How is it like this? Or it starts to sound like maybe you are making this stuff up about how it went, and that maybe it is marijuana.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. If you have a good friend, you loan him money and they stiff you, would you ever loan him again if they really come to you sincerely and say, I really need some money?
No.
Once burned.
No.
That's it.
That's it.
What do you say?
Same thing. One time is enough.
Would you ever, what if they really were a good friend and they gave you a sob story and they didn't, well, I'll pay you both back later?
No, I wouldn't give it.
Okay, you guys are smart people going inside the courtroom.
Now, according to you, you had a statement from someone saying what? What am I going to read in this statement? We all
much.
smoke the dope? That's what I'm going to read?
I mean, somewhat, yeah, but...
Yeah, oh, no, I'm loving it. Hold on one second. This person has a phone number.
Yeah.
And this person's name is Shaika Hargrove?
Shaikia Hargrove.
Shaikia?
Yes.
You know her?
Yeah, Kia, his girlfriend. Or...
It's his girlfriend? Get your girlfriend on the line. I'm dying to hear from her.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm like,
calling right
him and his family.
First you get her on and have her hold. Go ahead.
Okay, so him and his family, of course, he's going to talk to him
Yeah.
and put him up to talking and saying what he wants you to hear.
Right.
So about the 70 different times, it was always the same excuse, and I just combined them all into one.
I don't know what you're talking about. I asked you how many times you loaned him money. Your answer was like 70 different times.
So,
it ended
yeah,
up coming to that.
Yes, it was 70 different.
So that's not excuses. It's 70, and I said 70 different times. I don't know anybody who, listen. This mind is a steel trap in here, okay? Yes. So when I ask you 70 different times, I don't know anybody who loans money to somebody 70 different times. Well, I'm just nice like that. That was your answer. Go ahead.
She's online.
Hi, Kia.
I don't think.
Hi,
What is your full name?
Shaikia Hargrove.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay. Did you write a letter for, is he your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. Did you write a letter for him for court? I want to make sure this is authentic.
Yes.
Okay.
I did write that.
Why don't you tell me what the story is? Because I've got two very different stories between these two fellas, and I want to know what's going on.
Right. Okay, so me and Quan were friends. I met him through DeJuan Crowley. And, you know, we were friends. We went to work together and stuff like that. And during the time that we worked together, he has been complaining about the marijuana that he lent, you know, DeJuan. And
What did he lend marijuana to DeJuan for? Was DeJuan supposed to sell it?
yes,
Go on.
but he did not sell it. We all basically smoked it.
How many times did it take to smoke all that weed?
I honestly don't know. I'd say a couple months, maybe.
And did he know? Did you ever hear him say anything about his product? Like, why are we smoking the product? You're supposed to be selling it.
No, he never said nothing like that. Never.
And why didn't your boyfriend sell the marijuana he was supposed to sell? Am I really asking that?
You are.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
And did you ever hear Quan say anything about expecting your boyfriend to sell the marijuana or pay for it?
Yes, I did.
What did you hear?
He said that okay, so they ended up fighting, and that time they fought, he called me and said that it's either they fight or he give him the money, and he chose to fight him. So I told him, my words were, you chose to fight, so clearly, you know, that's a verbal agreement in my book. So you should. Like,
I'm sorry, that was kind of funny. So he took what was behind door number 1 and chose to fight, so he shouldn't get paid. But all right, but tell me after that you have a conversation with him, according to you, at work. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yes, before we went to work, he was talking about taking him to court. I said, you cannot take no one to court for marijuana. You just can't do that.
Well, apparently you can, but go ahead.
That's right, but he chose to say that it was about money.
About a loan.
Right, about a loan. I said, that's not true. You can't say that, and that's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not true at all. He expected DeJuan to say that, you know, he gave me the weed to sell for drugs and blah, 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 so that way he can go to jail. That was his way of trying to twist everything. But I try to tell him this is stupid.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. This has been very helpful.
No, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that one's a keeper. Okay. Do you have any other texts or Facebook messages or evidence to show me?
That's it. It's just the screenshots that I printed off from my phone.
Okay.
Can I please say something?
Tell me why Mr. Crowley would say it was for marijuana and then his girlfriend would say it was for marijuana. Wouldn't their best interest be to not say that both publicly and under oath and face potential problems unless it's true? And they are, why would they say that?
One, I have no idea. Like, I'm not in their heads, but that's pretty much the only thing that they can come up with, because they do smoke weed, they drink, they do all that stuff. I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I had a newborn daughter, and I worked a normal job. I saved up thousands of dollars. Over 2 years, he's always asking me for money. And it was always the same.
No, we're not going to go over the same stuff you've been saying. You have zero proof that you provided him with a loan. It's finally happened. I finally have the case I've talked about all of my career.
That is correct.
When, if you think that the law gets involved in making a drug dealer or potential drug dealer, lazy drug dealer, or a supplier whole, you got another thing coming. So I am not going to order him to pay you for what I believe was a drug deal. But even if I didn't believe it was a drug deal, which I do, all right, I still would have a hard time finding that he owes you $3 grand for 70 loans during 70 different times, none of which are written down or acknowledged or receipts or promissory notes or anything else. My verdict is for the lazy drug dealer.
Please. Can I get my cousin on the phone?
So the plaintiff fails to prove his case. The judge just didn't buy your story, Mr. Thompson. What you mentioned as the judge left, could you get your cousin on the phone?
Yes, my cousin, Brianna, she knows the whole story.
Yeah?
Yes, my cousin, my girlfriend, Brianna, they know the whole story. And when I was explaining myself, I didn't explain it well enough, and that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, that hurt you. That hurt you. You should have brought them to court as witnesses for you to help you out.
Yes, I had their phone number.
Yeah, well,
I was trying to.
I mean, he was lucky that, you know, she called. But in any event, bottom line, it's a little late now. Case is over. You didn't have any evidence, you know, and that's your problem.
Yeah, that was actual text screenshots from the text message I had against him.
She doesn't like screenshots. You heard that. Sorry. Sorry about that. What about this friendship? 7th grade? You've known each other?
Yeah, 7th grade. Like,
are you still going to be friends, you think?
All he had to do was pay me the money back. That's all I want. It's for my daughter. My daughter is 3 months. I just want my money to get what she needs.
But what about this friendship?
The friendship, it's whatever.
Is it? Can you still be friends?
If he paid me my money back, yes.
All right.
I just want my money
back. Good luck to you. Okay, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Crowley. As she called you, the lazy drug dealer, you know.
Yeah.
You know, what about this friendship? He says if you pay him some money, you can be friends again. Is it over? What do you think?
I mean,
we've known each other a long time, man.
Yeah, we did. We really did. But people come, people go. I'm living my life.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Harvey?
Hey, Doug, real simple. If this is a drug deal, which it is, I mean, it is unenforceable because it's an illegal contract.
This is the plaintiff, Linda Donnerkiel. She says she and the defendant lived together as roommates, and it was a disaster. The guy smoked pot in the apartment. It made him paranoid, and he kept accusing her of stealing from him. He was the one who stole from her. Thank God she got out of there. He owes her $1,202.59 for unreturned security and stolen items, and that's exactly what she's suing him for today. This is the defendant, Jay. He says the plaintiff left him with unpaid bills after she abruptly moved out, and her 17-year-old cat peed in his bed and ruined his mattress. The cat also peed into his shoes, and if anyone's owed money today, it's him, not her. He's accused of being a rotten roomie. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,616.93 for ruined belongings and cleaning costs.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Ms. Donnerkiel, you are suing Jay, and Jay is suing you, resulting from a tenancy that you had. You were renting from him that went very poorly. So let's start with you. You tell me what happened.
Okay, I moved in August 1st. We signed a 6-month contract, and I don't know how much detail you want me to get into at this point, but long story.
Well, when you first move in, everything was going well.
Right, everything
How
was.
long did it take for things not to go well?
After 4 months, things started.
And what happened after 4 months?
He became paranoid.
What causes you to say he became paranoid?
Well, his behavior. He would nail shut the curtain against the wall so sunlight wouldn't get in. He was obsessive about keeping the door locked. He wrapped wire around the door and the lock so nobody could come in. And he bought a surveillance camera, and every time something would come within the thing of the camera, it would show on his phone. He was just obsessed with that, and he accused me of stealing his shoes. He accused me of stealing his shorts off of his body while he was sleeping. And then he would find him like 5 minutes later and apologize. He was driving me crazy.
Okay.
And he also had full custody of his kids. So it was kind of a loud house. It was, the kids were loud. And
how old were the kids?
3 and 4.
Okay. So when you decide to move, what happens? Something happens before you move.
Well, at 2 in the morning one night, he came in my room and said, "Can you keep an ear out for the kids? I got to run to the store." I said, "Sure." I woke up at 5 and to have a cigarette, and I walked out to the patio, and then when I walked back in, I noticed his camera set up, pointed at the children. I thought he was in his bedroom because the kids were sleeping on the couch, but it turns out he wasn't there, and he said he was just going to the store, and then he had been gone 3 hours, and I called him, and he didn't answer, so I called the mother-in-law.
At 5 in the morning?
What was I supposed to do?
What were you calling her about? The kids were there, you were there, right? Everybody was there and safe. What were you thinking? What was going through your mind that made you do that?
Well, it was really hard to deal with the situation and his behavior, and I was very stressed out about it. And he kept saying he's going to stop, it'll change, and
he's going to stop what?
Doing drugs.
Okay, what kind of drugs was he doing?
Methamphetamine.
So you called the mother-in-law, and what did you tell her?
I said, Jay asked me to watch the kids for 15 minutes while he went to the store. He's not home. It's like 5:30 now. He's not home. I don't know where he is or where he went. I called him. He didn't answer.
So what happened?
She called the police to do a welfare check. I don't know what she said to them. But during the time before the police came, he came home. And
did you tell him the police are on their way? Because I didn't.
No, because I didn't know that at the time. I just talked to.
Did you tell him I called your mother-in-law?
I don't remember.
Okay. So what happens?
Well, eventually the police got there, and he barricaded himself in his bedroom. He didn't come out for 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
So he comes out, and what do the police do?
They take him out in the hallway and talk to him. And from what I could gather, they told him that it would be in his best interest if he let the grandmother take the kids for maybe a 24-hour period or so. And so the grandmother took the kids, and then Then she kind of kept them and wouldn't give them back, and so that was another whole thing.
All right, you're suing for your security deposit back because your testimony is that he maliciously kept it in anger because you called
Yes.
the mother-in-law. I'm trying to understand how you moved out. When did you move out in relation to this story?
It was with probably 1 to 2 weeks before.
And was he living there during that
Yeah.
1 to 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, that had to be chilly.
Yeah.
Were you talking to each other or no?
Not in
Okay.
any cordial
So
way.
there's the Ray-Ban sunglasses. How did you leave them behind?
I couldn't find him, and I asked him if he saw them because he had the same pair as mine, and he said, "Oh, I think I took them mistakenly." I'm like, "Well, can you find them for me?" "Yes, I'll look for them."
Did he ever tell you he found them?
Yeah, after I moved, like an hour after I moved out.
All right, and then did you go pick him up?
No, he wouldn't let me. I made arrangements 3 times.
Why didn't you just come back and pick him up? Do you have the glasses here?
I do not know.
And then an Amazon package. What's that about?
Yeah, I ordered some dental veneers.
And did he ever tell you that he got it?
Yes.
And then he's holding that hostage because he's mad about what you did.
Right.
According to you. And the calculator, according to you, the children broke it?
Yeah, I have a financial.
How long ago did the children break the calculator?
A month and a half, 2 months. Well, from the last date I was there. I had to purchase another one, and these are really expensive. They're financial calculators. This is the one that broke, and this is the new one. I have a receipt.
Okay, what evidence do you have that the children broke it?
Nothing else that.
Okay, let me hear from you. What is going on here?
Do
you have a problem?
This is retaliation.
Do you have a problem?
I do not have a problem. No.
Did you have a problem?
5 years ago, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm rehabilitated. I'm completely gone through a program. It was a long time ago. She knows this. She was pretending to be my friend for a long time. This is retaliation. I happened to get my kids out of her room, and I found needles and bags of cocaine everywhere.
In her room?
In her room.
Did you photograph them?
I did not photograph them, so I know it's all hearsay.
Well, but I mean, one would think that if you have, your children are how old?
3 and 4.
That you wouldn't want them around needles and cocaine,
as
right?
soon as
like especially, oddly, you know, I don't know, I'm a mother.
Yeah.
I would think that what you would do is kick her out then.
Yeah, I told her she had to go. She told me that she sells her pills to pay the rent. I said, you have to go. Someone's gonna climb in the window and try and steal your pills. She says she does it outside my apartment. She would never do it. I told her she had to go. She said she wanted to stay.
Where were the needles?
Right next to her bed. A big, huge bag of needles and like 100 bags of like cocaine residue everywhere. Like I told her, like, dude, you have to go. Like, you have to go. And she's like,
do you have any record of that? Do you have any text that you sent her about it? Do you have any eviction notice you gave her telling her she has to go?
I have the eviction notice through text message.
The eviction notice, you telling her she has to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dated when? Is this after she calls the mother-in-law?
This is before. I think it's before.
Okay, show me the text where you tell her you have to get out because you had needles and cocaine in your room. And I have children. That's what I'm looking for.
He doesn't have anything like that.
She doesn't leave, right?
She does not leave, no.
And so what month did you tell her that?
Like June, probably.
So you let her stay there June, July, August, and September?
No, it was August.
Causing harm to your children?
It was August.
And you would leave her alone with your children? Somebody who has needles and cocaine?
No, as soon as I saw that.
Well, we know you left her alone the day the police came.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was before all this, so we do know that you'd leave someone in whose room you found needles and cocaine in charge of your 3- and 4-year-old child. The only reason I could see for that is either you were a sociopath or you had a drug problem and you weren't in your right mind. All right, now let's discuss her security deposit. Why did you keep the security deposit?
She didn't give me 30 days notice, and then she violated.
Her lease was over at the end of September anyway. She doesn't have to give you notice.
And then she operated her business out of her room.
Okay.
I told her, you can't have any cats. She brought her cat anyways.
And you let the cat be there, right?
I mean, she signed this thing, and I'm like, and then she told me after the fact she has a cat, and then she wouldn't pay a security deposit on it.
I'm sorry. Did you give her permission then go ahead and bring your cat?
No, I did not.
So when she came in with the cat, did you evict her?
No, I did not.
Okay. So the cat was part of everybody's family, and you had a couple cats yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why are you keeping the security deposit?
Her cat peed all over my bed, all over, like in my shoes. It was like.
Do you have any evidence of that?
I mean, no.
Did he ever tell you your cat is urinating on my things?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ever tell him, how do you know it's my cat?
Exactly.
Okay. And did you ever see any of the cats urinate on anybody's things?
No, I did not.
Okay. So you're also suing for Wi-Fi bill for August and September. Do you have that with you?
Yeah.
May I see it? And utility bill for September. Do you have that with you?
Yeah.
And electric bill for August and September, because these things come after you leave. Do you have that with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's $900 is the rent, and then we split utilities. It's,
right. So
water.
show me everything you're suing for. You have a lawsuit against her.
Okay.
Show me the proof for your lawsuit. That's how my needs are simple. It's not like I'm not that demanding. Let's just see the proof. All right. So this is for the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. This is a bill you're showing me that is dated September 14th. Where are your other bills so that I can see how many, what this was, 158.23 was from what month?
Oh, the previous month she didn't pay me, and then there was a.
But you say you paid in August.
I always paid my half of the utilities and the rent.
So on August 14th, a bill came.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have proof that you paid the utilities in August?
No, I didn't pay no. Do I have proof of August? No.
Did you pay August?
Yes.
Why don't you have proof of it?
I probably gave him cash. It was.
And you never get receipts when you get cash?
No, I didn't.
Because that's something you should do.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody who lets go of money with one hand should be taking a receipt in the other hand, so we don't have these disputes.
No, you're right.
And in particular, so that you have roommate peace and there's no confusion. Okay, and you're suing for Wi-Fi for August and September. Did you pay the August Wi-Fi bill?
I did.
Do you have proof that you paid the August Wi-Fi bill?
No, I don't.
Did you pay bills in September?
No, none of the utilities for September.
But according to you, you paid all of the utilities for August?
Yes.
Do you have any text back and forth that might shed light on whether or not she owes August utilities?
I mean, I asked her. She just all of a sudden she just left, and then I'm like, I have all these bills. I'm like, and she said she was.
Well, why weren't before she left? Because she left at the end of September. In August, when August bills come in, how come the August bill utility bills aren't collected?
She kept saying that she was going to pay me. She was going to pay me. She dragged it out till right before she left.
Did you pay your half?
I didn't have any money. The chain reaction from her calling my mother-in-law.
So you also didn't pay your half?
I didn't have the money. She called my mother.
Are all these in your name?
Yeah, they're all in my name.
All right, I got it. So we've got the utilities at $398.65, half of that, and the $80, half of that, because she has no proof that she paid it. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. All right, now let's see the other things that you are counterclaiming for. A mattress that you say the cat urinated on, shoes that you say the cat urinated on, carpet cleaning. What is the carpet cleaning for that would be her fault?
The peas all over. It's like the smell. No matter what I do, I cannot get it out.
Okay, and again, you have no evidence of any of that.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know what to bring.
A rent late fee. Did she not pay rent for September?
No.
Did you not pay rent for September?
Of course, I paid rent. Yeah, I got text messages.
Hand the phone over to my bailiff, please. You actually have a text that you sent him that says, you know very well I picked the rent. I think you meant I paid the rent.
Yeah, it's a voice activated.
I picked the rent, and you only, which probably was you owe me, $900 security deposit. If you want me to leave, you can refund half a month's rent. And that's what you're saying in September 10th, because he told you to leave. So that's the proof. Now, let's talk about who's suing who for what. You're suing for the mattress. You're suing for 3 pairs of shoes. You're suing for carpet cleaning. All of that is based on your allegation that her cat is the one who urinated. I ask you for proof. You have no proof, including that there were even ruined shoes or ruined carpet. You asked for the late fee. Do you have proof that you were charged a late fee?
No, I don't have it.
Okay, well, if you're not hustling to get it, I'm not hustling to give it. All right, closet doors. According to you, she owes you $300 for 2 closet doors. What's going on with that?
No, they're just cracked. They won't replace them. I have to replace them.
Okay, can you just show me proof of 2 cracked?
Yeah, I didn't have time for all this. I'm just moving and stuff.
Did you just yawn?
What?
Did you just yawn?
Yeah.
Are we boring you?
No, not at all. I just woke up.
In the middle of the trial?
I'm just, yeah, maybe. I don't know who's like.
Where are her sunglasses and why didn't you bring them? If I see in the text that you said, yes, I have your sunglasses.
Yeah, I mean, I have them. I don't know if they're hers. Like, there's a pair of black sunglasses.
What about all of the text back and forth where she kept saying they were hers?
She can come by and get them
What
anytime.
was it he answered back to you? Yeah, let's see how the court case goes on my children. Show me that text.
And then like there's apps where you can generate text messages. I honestly never said that.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So how do you determine whether a roommate's going to be compatible with you when you don't really know them necessarily?
You're definitely gonna have to go out a couple times. Meet and greet, hang out, and just kind of get to know.
If you go out a couple of times, you're always in your best behavior.
You never know someone till you live with them.
Is there any way of knowing, is there something that helps you decide whether somebody's gonna be compatible?
Finding common interest and just doing what you both like.
Okay, that won't work. Going inside the courtroom.
I know your style. I know your writing style from reading all these texts.
My writing style?
I'm sorry, Judge, what were you looking for
I
exactly?
don't even want to know. Never mind. Is everybody giving me everything they want me to see? I'm
no,
done fishing and surfing.
I found out that she just got out of the sober living. Like, this lady, she's a 25-year drug addict. Dude. Like, the stuff she told me, I don't know what you're talking about. You can generate all kinds of stuff. I've gone to the police with stuff she said to me. They don't even take text messages anymore because it's all generated. You can fake all that stuff. It's like,
because I don't know anything about court or
no,
police
of course,
or
I know you
anything
know.
else.
Like, I know you know.
What? It's not exactly my bailiwick.
But like whatever you just said to me about. About like whatever
Folks,
like she showed you, it's like I don't know what you're talking about.
What about that Amazon package? That's the only thing I didn't ask you.
There's a note on my door. It says it's supposed to go straight to the office. Like they don't leave anything in front of the door.
Do you have any text where he says the package came?
No, I just have proof that the package was delivered on the 4th.
Delivered where?
To the address that I put down. Do
the packages go to the office or do the packages go to the apartment?
Well, they're supposed to go to the office. I didn't know what kind of courier.
Track it down with Amazon and complain to them and have them send you another of whatever it is. On the calculator, that's a little bit weak. Reference the Ray-Ban sunglasses and the security deposit I'm finding in your favor, but I'm deducting from that amount the amount of the utilities that he is able to prove, and that leaves a net judgment in your favor of $815.68. Verdict for the plaintiff on the counterclaim, 0 other than what I have taken away from the claim. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff gets a portion of what she was seeking back, not the full $1,200. You had no evidence, of anything to support your claims.
It is what it is. She's a shiesty old con artist. What can I do?
Yeah, but I mean, you were talking about ruined mattress and your shoes and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I should have took pictures.
You should have done a lot.
I should have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you didn't care.
Yeah, I really don't. It is what it is. But I don't know what else to say, man.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, you didn't get everything, but you got something.
Yes, I did.
You feel a little better?
A little. I mean, I don't agree that I owe all those utilities. I paid August, and I would have done half of September. I made 3 attempts to go to his house.
You didn't have much support either and much evidence. Well, I hope things get better for you, all right?
Thank you.
Sounds like it was a mess.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, dokes. Harvey?
I mean, look, here's the bigger thing. If you don't get along with a roommate, and this happened to all of us, sit down with the person and say, look, just be a grown-up and say, this doesn't work, it's not working out, let's just figure out an exit plan and then just eliminate the conflict and the bad feelings. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Joanne Harriman. She says she hired the defendant to be her handyman, paid him for a dishwasher install and a hot water tank. He did half the work, then tried to disappear into the clear blue sky. She had a plumber come out. The man was horrified by the defendant's work, and she later found out he lied about being licensed. Bottom line, she never should have trusted the crook, and is now suing him for every penny of the $2,238 she's owed. This is the defendant, Kevin Smith. He says the plaintiff is simply not thinking right because when he was at her house doing work for her, she was smoking pot, drinking, and he thinks that has clouded her recollection of things. He asked her to stop since he's a recovering addict with 30 years being sober. She told him it was her house, so he got his tools and left. He went way and above for this woman, and he's certain he doesn't owe her a dime. He's accused of not getting the job done. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,238 for harassment, slander, and false claims.
All parties, please, you're ready. Please seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Joanne Harriman, you are suing Kevin Smith, your former handyman, for $2,238 in damages, representing the amounts you had to pay licensed plumbers and electricians to correct his work. Tell me what happened.
On December 25th, Christmas Eve, my hot water.
December 24th is Christmas Eve. December 25th is Christmas.
25th, okay. It was Christmas Day night. My hot water tank exploded at the top.
Why can't it happen on the 26th?
Right.
Honest to God.
Unfortunately, since it had come up through there, it had flooded the whole living space down there.
Were you there when it happened?
Oh, I was sleeping. And I called Kevin, and Kevin responded immediately.
He picked up the phone on the 26th.
Right.
Okay, and then I assume you're hysterical at that point.
Probably,
I would be.
yeah.
I mean, I didn't mean that in a judgy kind of way.
Oh, well,
I meant I would be crazed if something like this happened.
Well, yeah, because I was.
Yeah.
Everything
and then,
got soaking wet.
So you call him and you tell him, I need you right now, you need to help me, and so he does. What does he do? What did the two of you do?
What we did was he looked at it, and then we went to Lowe's and purchased a new hot water tank, and then he bought all these parts and tools that he needed to put the new piping on this hybrid hot water tank.
Okay. And so how much did you spend at Lowe's that day?
On that particular day, I spent $1,900.
Okay. Do you have the receipts from that day?
Yes, I do.
May I see them?
Yes, sir.
All right. So then what happens? Who cleaned out all the water?
Shop vac.
Okay, so you rented a shop vac at the Lowe's?
No, I have a shop vac.
Oh, you own a shop vac. Okay.
There's a $1,900 one. Then we had to return and buy more parts.
Okay.
And plumbing.
Man, it ended up becoming pretty expensive, right? Because at some point the two of you part ways. What caused the parting of the ways?
Because the last time I saw Kevin, he asked me for a prepayment. He had to go get his truck and
How
registered.
much did you prepay him?
Yes, I prepaid him $300.
Right, but then what happened? Why didn't he come? According to you, he didn't come back and finish a job, and according to you, that's why.
Well, right. He said that he would be back, and he never showed back.
Okay.
So I called him and left messages, and I never got any response. So I went to the Hanson Police Department and told them what was going on, and they told me this is not a civil matter. And
This is not a criminal matter. It's a civil matter.
It's a civil matter,
okay,
right.
so you never threw him off your property, and he never left your property mad about something? Okay,
No.
Now your story is different. You're saying you walked off the job. Why?
First off, I had pneumonia and the flu for 6 weeks, and I had walking pneumonia for 2 weeks, and I told her I was sick, that I would go up to Lowe's, get a hot water tank, put it in, just so she would have water and she'd have to handle the rest. I also told her I had a friend that had a veteran's card that would save her 10% on a hot water tank. When we got to Lowe's, we were supposed to buy just a hot water tank. She ended up buying $2,800 worth of stuff, okay? And
Was any of that tools that you needed in order to...
oh, yeah, some of it was tools,
How
copper
much in
piping.
tools? How
About $38 worth of
Hold
tools.
on. What is your profession?
I'm a handyman, but at the same time, I had no contract with her, and I told her I was not licensed. I was only doing it so she could have water and hot water, take a shower until the holidays was over, where she could hire somebody. I did put in a hot water tank, but I
Did
told
you
her...
what does put it in mean? Lay it there or install
No,
it?
install it. And I
Okay.
did.
And did it
Yes.
work?
Yes, it did.
So what happened? What was the reason you walked off the job?
Because I asked her several times not to smoke pot in the house or drink while I was there. I was a recovering addict and alcoholic. And she continually smoked pot.
How long have you been in recovery?
I haven't had a drink in 30 years, and I've been in addict recovery for 7.
You haven't had any drugs in 7?
Yep.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. And she kept smoking pot, never mind the
She was
cigarettes.
smoking pot?
Yes, she does.
Were you smoking marijuana in front of him and drinking in front of him?
I think the night that Jeff came over, I did have a drink, and Jeff and I smoked a joint. Yes, we did.
What parts did you take?
When I installed the hot water tank, there was 5 feet of wire left from 25 feet. Out of a 10-foot piece of copper pipe, there was 3 feet of it left. That's what I took. There was a pair of wire cutters. There was a pipe cutter, some solder.
Why do you get to take the wire cutters and the pipe cutters and all that?
I said to her at Lowe's, when I buy these tools, I'm going to keep them so I have them for other jobs, which she had.
I have a question for you. Did you ever hire somebody else to finish the job?
Yes, I did.
You paid the plumber $685 according to your lawsuit, yes or no?
Yes.
You paid an electrician $600 according to your lawsuit, yes or no?
I had to pay him because there was a lot of code violations for the electrical. I have a letter from Gary Young.
Who is the inspector?
Who is the town.
Okay, and he's not happy with you. Okay, did he contact you?
No, he didn't.
Okay, but see, there's two things going on here. You may not have the licenses, and she may know that you don't have the licenses, so you're going to charge less money. And people know that when they hire a handyman. You know the word handyman means he's handy, and not that he's a plumber and an electrician, please. All right, that's why she hired you. But that doesn't give you a license, pardon the pun, to just do things in a bad and unsafe way, which is what the inspector says. All right, so let's talk about what you ended up having to do. You ended up having, and once you get the city involved, now everybody's got to be licensed and file permits and everything else, right?
Well, that's what I found, right? The codes have changed.
All right, so tell me, let me see the letter from the inspector, because the inspector actually went out there and listed everything that had been done incorrectly. Several violations of the Commonwealth's plumbing codes, and various live wires were left hanging in the basement. You can't do that. There were several other code violations. Of note, the electric hot water heater had no vacuum valve, and no drip leg on the relief valve was present. Upon reviewing the receipt, it appeared that Mr. Smith bought... Wow, this inspector really chummied up to you. Because it's kind of like, usually inspectors are really hands-off and just the facts, ma'am. And it looked like he was fraudulently using a credit card. I reviewed the receipt, and there's several items that had no relevant bearing to the project being attempted. With respect to Mr. Smith's demeanor, I was told he was aggressive and that vulgarity was prevalent. Lastly, I followed up and found out he has no license in good standing. All right. All right, now on your counterclaim, so we've gone over the labor, the plumbing parts, the plumber, and the electrician. Now I want to hear about your counterclaim. According to you, she harassed you, slandered you, and made false claims. Other than leaving messages showing her frustration and saying nasty things.
She showed up at my house while I was in bed sick. I harassed my girlfriend, said she wanted me to the door. She wanted me over the house now. She told two friends of mine that I killed my ex-wife that actually...
That what?
That I had killed my ex-wife that had passed away. Yes, she had died of a suicide, and she was telling people that I killed her.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, would you hire a non-licensed handyman to do electrical work in your house?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Well, for a couple of reasons.
Give me the best one.
The best reason is that if anything ever happens, there's no license with the contractor.
That actually is a good point, but they are a lot cheaper, right?
Yes, a lot cheaper, and I would hire.
But what about the danger here? They weren't necessarily, didn't have to pass a test.
Well, years of experience, maybe lots of elbow experience.
You're going to be the tiebreaker here.
I would ask my landlord because I'm a renter.
Oh, okay. You just blocked me on that one. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Did you tell people he killed his wife?
No.
Did you tell people he drove her to kill herself, or did you say something nasty like that? Or?
No.
Do you have any evidence that she did that?
No, I don't. I would have, but nobody could make it here today, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So go on.
Jeff, she accused Jeff and I on one of the messages that we sell drugs. She, and she threatened to go to the police and tell them that we sell drugs, like a way to coerce me into going back. If I don't, she's going to turn me into the police because she knows I have my past history. So, it's just the coercion, the harassing phone calls, the whole 9 yards. She just wouldn't stop.
Okay. That doesn't amount to
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's annoying and it's
You're right.
distasteful, but it doesn't amount to a $2,238 case, but neither does her claim. All right, so let's go over what I find that on your counterclaim 0. None of us ever should undertake to do a job that we're not completely qualified to do. So I'm going to order the following. I'm going to order you to repay the amount of the tools that you have admitted that you took. That's $88.58. I'm going to order you to pay what it costs to do this right, with a plumber, which is $685, and I'm going to order you pay what it costs to do this right with an electrician, which was an additional $600. That's a total of $1,373.58. And you also want to be able to get the $300 that you paid him back, but how can you get both that and everything you paid a plumber and an electrician to do it right? You can't get both, because then you have absolutely free plumbing and wiring and installation of your appliances, and you don't get that. You get the benefit of your bargain. If you paid him to install it and he did it wrong and you got to pay somebody a bunch of money, then you got that bunch of money is your damages. If you get the bunch of money and you get the money you paid him, then woohoo, let's all go to court, because that way none of us have to pay for installing appliances. So you don't also get the $300, you get this total, $1,373.58. Verdict for the plaintiff on the defendant's counterclaim 0.
Well, Kevin Smith, the defendant's on his way out of the courtroom. Kevin, the judge just said you have to pay what she had to pay the electrician and the plumber, right?
Yep.
$1,300 and some odd dollars.
That's what I get for helping a friend.
That's what you get for helping, yeah.
That's right.
So what have you learned from all of this?
Don't help a friend.
I mean, obviously, you knew you weren't qualified to do it. Right? I mean,
yes,
you weren't
I was
licensed.
just trying to help her temporarily.
You're just trying to keep her off your back, right?
Yep.
Well, I hope when somebody asks you to do something like this again, involving plumbing or electricity, you'll stay away from it.
You're right, I will.
Okay, congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Good luck, you've learned. It's that way. Now here comes Ms. Harriman. I think the bottom line here is everything working now?
Well,
No?
yes. As of 2 weeks ago,
You've had
I've had a nightmare, and I'm glad now I can go to the town inspector, and Kevin is facing $10,000 fine and 2.5 years in prison because he did. He bought enough fittings and elbows for 6 hot water tanks or whatever. It doesn't matter.
He didn't know what he was buying. He didn't know what he had to buy.
You know what?
You know, the bottom line here is you should have gone to get a qualified person in the very beginning.
Well,
that
you
was
know
your
what?
fault.
I found out he let his handyman license, the only one, expire. Okay, after all this investigation.
He wasn't a plumber, he wasn't an electrician, and that's
Well,
what you
he
wanted.
lied, and he's a liar, thief, and I'm glad that this whole thing is over, so I can put away my paperwork, and good luck to him.
Good luck to you.
Yes,
okay,
thank
good.
you.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Wow. Okay. Harvey?
Okay, look, I mean, I know it's a lot cheaper, but I got to tell you, there are a million reasons why you want to hire a licensed contractor, not the least of which is what this lady said, which is that they put a bond up when they get a license and you have something to go against if they cause damage.